What did you do differently that made you the CEO and not an employee?
Ako siguro, I think yung pinakaginawa ko is relentlessness. I was really relentless with every single goal that I have.
Happy Monday, everyone! Welcome to Kwentuang Pilipina, a podcast and community that aims to be a safe space for everyone to listen and be heard. Here at Kwentuang Pilipina, we aim to converse with different Filipinos around the globe for their inspiring kwentos. I am your Sunshine Cleo, the founder of Hirayo Pilipina and your host here at Kwentuhang Pilipina. For today's episode, we have Rizza Lana Sebastian, the CEO and serial entrepreneur behind Lana PH, Mink PH, Talaala, Whim, and Ambush Clothing. She is on YouTube where she talks about business, her imperfect zero waste life, and skincare. She also co-hosts a podcast called Camp Confidence Radio. Hindi kayo magsisisi na pakikinggan nyo ang episode na ito ngayon, guys. Dahil for sure talaga na maraming tatatak sa inyo na siya rin namang makakatulong para maging mas maunlad tayong mga tao. Kaya huwag kayong aalis ha. Nandito na ang aking kwentuhan with Rizza Lana Sebastian.
Rizza, thank you so much for joining me here at Kwentuang Pilipina, a safe space for you to listen and be heard.
My pleasure. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited to interview
Oo.
you and to share your story to our listeners. So, we usually
Mhm.
start our episodes with a little icebreaker. So, Rizza,
Oh.
do you know how to play Never Have I Ever?
Oh my gosh. Okay, sige, let's do this.
Yes, okay. So, first of all, never have I ever valued self-care as much as I do now.
That's true.
Oh,
That's true.
feel
Oo,
free to
sobra. Parang,
expound.
yeah, sure. Kasi I have been a self-confessed workaholic for the longest time. I can't even remember. So I have been working and working and working and working. Pero 2020 took a toll on every one of us. And mentally, physically, emotionally, lahat na. And then that's when I realized, na wait lang, I need to be 100% for the company na hindi ako makakatulong or hindi ako in tip-top shape kung hindi ko aalagaan yung sarili ko. So, yeah,
I
that's
love
true.
that. Ah,
So, this year, mas self-care talaga.
yes, and I love that for you.
Thank
um,
you. Thank you
as
so much.
Yes, as for me naman, I am very glad that I got to know the importance of self-care at an early age because
Yeah,
kung hindi, I don't think I can also juggle the responsibilities that I have. And I agree with you that self-care is very important.
totoo.
For the second one, never have I ever thought I'd pursue another work aside from being an entrepreneur.
Another work. Oh my gosh. You mean, for example, social media or podcasting or if that's the case, yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. Kasi, yun nga, actually before entrepreneurship, I never even thought I would be an entrepreneur. I was a career woman through and through. I thought I was gonna retire na working sa big company din. It was my goal. It was my dream. So,
Oh,
parang, yeah, hindi wala talaga. Parang, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit within me, but I never thought that this would be my path.
okay.
So, yeah, that's correct. And then, in terms of entrepreneurship, never have I ever thought of me speaking in front of people or having a podcast even because I was really shy. Sobrang timid ko talaga. Sobrang mahiyain ko. And I've always been insecure way back of how I speak. Kasi I don't think I was eloquent enough or I'm out there enough because I'm an introvert.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just learned how to work around it. So
Wow. And we're super glad that we can see you on social media and
and
sharing.
here we are.
Yes! Super, super. We're super glad
Diba?
to know you. Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, naisip ko lang, pumasok lang sa isip ko right now because I was talking with Angel the other day and medyo napag-usapan namin kasi pinag-uusapan namin yung female role models and nabanggit din ni
Mm.
Angel na super
Oh.
na super nilo-look up kanya and I super agree with her na parang nagkasundo kami sa part
Aw.
na yon. Miss Riza!
Aw, sweetie pie.
Yes.
I love Angel too. She's really sweet and talented and very smart and pretty. So,
Yes.
hi, Angel, if you're listening to
Hi,
this.
actually. Hi, Angel. And last, never have I ever felt guilty for promoting sustainability while being an imperfect environmentalist.
Alam mo, I have been guilty of way back when I was really iffy and I'm a perfectionist. I am a recovering perfectionist. And before, nung nagsastart ako with Lana, and then I was starting my zero waste journey, medyo, ano siya, when I was also trying to promote sustainability, nagigilty ako before na, oh, nagpo-promote ako, pero I'm not yet vegan. Alam mo yung mga ganong transitions. But then I realized along the way, during my zero waste journey, parang it doesn't need to be stressful for me and to the people around me. Kasi, yung transition for me was, oh, parang I was nitpicking on other people na parang, wait lang, hindi naman ako ganitong tao na talagang kino-call out ko yung mga tao na, oh, ba't ka nagsustraw? Oh, bakit ka gumagamit ng plastic bag? Ganun, parang, it it became toxic for me and to the people around me. And then I zoomed out and called out myself na parang, hey, hindi ka ganito. Hindi mo dapat sinestress yung ibang tao. I know it's important, but it doesn't give you the opportunity or it doesn't give you the right to be a toxic person for yourself and for the other people around you. Just set an example and yun na, makikita naman ng mga tao yan. And mag-resonate naman yan with them. So, ayun, yes, I did feel guilty na hindi pa ako perfectly zero waste, but I just accepted that this is my journey, this is the process, and as much as possible, I am trying to conserve the environment through my causes, advocacies, and through social media. I mean, wala naman talagang perfect and lalong-lalo na we still do not have the capacity here in the Philippines to, readily recycle and access these things. So, ayun, as much as I can, I do things imperfectly, and I'm okay with that because this is how it goes. This is humanity. This is us. So, kailangan lang talaga nating tanggapin na hindi talaga tayo perfect. Walang perfect na buhay. So,
Ah, that is so true. And I think
mm,
sustainability, just like other concepts or causes, is a never-ending journey.
exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Totoo yan.
So, Riza, we're already done with our icebreaker. Did you enjoy that?
Oo naman, oh my gosh. Umpisa pa lang pala yun.
Oo, umpisa pala,
Yes, let's try
icebreaker pa lang
it.
natin. So,
Love
balik
it.
tayo sa una nating never have I ever, which is about
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
self-care. So, let's dive
Mm.
deeper into that. What makes self-care so important to you now? Kasi nabanggit mo kanina na you never valued self-care as much as you do now. So, what makes it so
Mm-hmm.
important to you now, and how has it affected your relationships with other people?
Ako, kasi I just wanna go back real quick. Yung before I was, cherishing self-care na maging non-negotiable siya. Kasi before, Kasi 'di ba, we live in a hustle culture na parang, oh, work, 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 success, 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 na dapat ganitong age, ganito ka na, dapat by 30, ano na, may mga anak ka na or whatever. So, alam mo yun, parang it it I took it as a challenge before na parang, oh my gosh, mag-hustle ako, hindi ako titigil sa mga pangarap ko and stuff. Pero yun nga, going back to what I mentioned a while ago, way back 2020, sobrang ang daming napa-realize sa akin ng pandemic. It was a blessing in disguise to me kasi it stripped off everything in me that made me realize kung ano ba talaga yung pinaka-importante sa akin at sa buhay ko. And then I realized it's my relationships. It's my relationship to my husband, my relationship to my family, relationship to my employees, and most importantly, relationship to myself. Kasi 2020 was, alam mo yun, parang lahat tayo anxious, lahat tayo looking forward to what's happening next. Ano, alam mo yun, yung hindi
Uncertainty.
tayo, yes, it's very uncertain out there. And then I realized na, wait lang, hindi ko pwedeng sobrang stress yung sarili ko kasi if I'm not 100%, I can't be 100% to anyone else. 'Di ba? Kasi sabi nga nila, we always have to fill our cup first before we can share to others. Akala ko dati, self-care is selfish. Na parang, kapag kapag inuuna ko yung sarili ko, inuuna ko yung happiness ko, na selfish siya. Pero hindi pala ganun. Kasi we always have to nourish ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally before we can give out to others. Kasi we can't always have pwede ba yun sa podcast, no? We
Yes.
can't always, alam mo yun? uh, we can't always half-ass things. So, the way you can full-ass things, talagang, focused ka, is kapag buo ka sa sarili mo. No, again, no one will ever complete you but yourself. Trust yourself. Take care of yourself. Kaya, ang ano ko nga ngayon, ang theme ko for this year is rest and give back. So, I need to slow down, but at the same time, still, kasi ako, I realized na uh, I thrive in working. I thrive in not resting sometimes. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Pero
yes.
kasi ako, when I work, I really work from the simula sa umaga hanggang mga 2, 3 a.m.
Wow.
That's work for me. Pero, yun nga, sabi ko, I need to taper down. I need to, alam mo yan, parang make time for meditation, carve out time for yoga, for workout, for healthy eating, prepping meals. Oh my gosh. Tamad kasi ako magluto. Pero, I forced, forced, I am going into this habit of meal prepping. Kasi, yun nga, as a busy woman as I am, I can't always have time to prepare my meals. So, yun yung actually habit na inaano ko ngayon. So, ngayon, it's one of my non-negotiables to take care of myself kasi I always say that I am a healthy and inspiring leader. What do you call that? I manifest, or that's my mantra na I need to do self-care because I am a healthy and inspiring leader. Yun yung identity na gusto kong mapuntahan in the future. So, yeah.
Yes. And I think it's not only in the future. I mean, as a viewer and as a supporter of you and your brands, I think you are able to embody that already, even in the present.
Aw, thank
Yes.
you. That means a lot. Salamat.
You mentioned na self-care is your non-negotiable. Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's so. Ano ba? I'm speechless kasi hindi siya something na palagi kong naririnig. Alam mo yon
Mhm.
na kapag tinatanong,
Oo.
ano ang non-negotiables mo? It's mostly integrity, honesty, all those values, which I know are super important. But
Mhm. Yeah.
self-care, wow! And gaya nung sinabi mo kanina that you are a workaholic woman, but you are now
Mm.
an entrepreneur, and I think even though hindi ko pa naman naranasan na magtrabaho like a 9 to 5 job because I'm still a student. Magkaiba yung setup niya. Kasi kapag entrepreneur ka, ikaw yung gumagawa ng sarili mong schedule for yourself.
Totoo. Oo, sabi nga nila na parang, oh, be an entrepreneur. Ikaw ang mahahawak ng oras mo. But no, oh my gosh. Oh no, I didn't sign up for this. Yung parang kunwari, okay, ngayon na entrepreneur na ako. Yes, I can handle my time, but I need to be ready 24/7 because my team alam mo yun, parang I need to be able to solve problems, to solve things and concerns within the company, and I need to be ready 24/7. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin na, ay, wait, Sunday ngayon, wag mo ko istorbohin. Na parang kunwari, may concern yung client, ay, sorry, client, call me Monday morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Hindi naman pwedeng ganun, di ba? So as an entrepreneur, as a negosyante, kailangan talagang you have to make decisions in a snap. You need to make your clients feel happy and welcome and warm. So, ayun, it's part of your responsibilities and I'm not complaining. I love, for some reason, actually, mas gusto ko kapag nakakita ako ng problem within the company kasi I know I can improve. I know I can improve. Parang alam ko na yun, sabi ko na, lagi ko nga sinasabi na I always eat problems for breakfast. I eat concerns for breakfast. Parang hindi ko na siya, kumbaga, usually kasi, di ba, kapag may dumadating na problema sa atin, sinasabi natin, problem na naman. Ganon. Ako, ang mindset ko dyan is kapag kunwari may papasok na concern, ang mindset ko is, oh, at least I can solve something today. Oh, at least I can make a client happy today. Or at least I can resolve something today. So, I get to do things. Hindi yung, oh, I need to do things. Ang mindset ko is, I get to do this. I have the power to do this or to turn things around. So, yun.
I love
Ganun.
that mindset. I think kapag iniisip mo na instead of I need to do something, then converting it into I get to do something, you have a mindset of
Yeah.
gratitude na nagagawa mo yung
Totoo.
mga bagay na kailangan mo.
That is so true.
Yes, and
Mm-mm.
actually I saw your TikTok video before about how to deal with clients' concerns.
Ay!
Dala-dala ko yun sa akin. So, back to self-care. What about self-care do you think is underrated and not paid attention too much? Because, like sinasabi na self-care is overrated, but I think there's still a part which is underrated. What do you think it is, if I'm gonna ask you?
Ako, number one concept is that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's sabi ko nga sa akin, it's a pillar. Kasi if I do not, for example, if I miss meditation, if I miss my journaling, my brain will be so cluttered. I'll be so anxious. Alam mo yun, parang I'm all over the place. I cannot focus. And also for sleep. If I don't sleep at least 8 hours, or sige na nga tawad, 7 hours a day, wala
Yeah.
talaga, wala. Kunwari, if I miss my coffee, or if I miss my green tea, init pag ulo ko talaga. So, if you do not, alam mo yun, if you do not take care of yourself, paano mo maaalagaan yung iba? Paano ka magkaka-focus on your decisions in life? And ako, isa pa pala na mga underrated concepts about self-care is that you need to declutter not only your physical space, but your emotional space. What feelings, what emotions does not serve you right now? What relationships does not serve you right now? What, alam mo yun, parang ano pa yung nasa isip mo na niro-ruminate mo talaga for the longest time na hindi nagsiserve you well. But what what's inside your brain that doesn't serve you and make you happy as of now? Hindi lang siya physical space, it's emotional space and mental space.
Wow, that is definitely underrated because ngayon ko lang siya narinig. Wow, yes. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. And I,
Tama.
I have no other questions. I think charot lang, charot lang. Yes,
Shout out
thank you
lang.
so much.
Shout out.
Thank
No
you for mentioning
problem.
that. And I think
Oo.
makukuha din yun ng listeners natin. It's good to reflect on that aspect as well. Kasi akala ko
Exactly.
self-care is only about your physical health or your mental health, but it's also about your emotional health. Pero if I just, do you mind asking me, when do you do your self-care? Like in the morning?
Ako talaga in the morning, I wake up at around 7 a.m. and I don't look, ako, yun talaga, parang sacred space siya for me. Yung 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. ko, sacred space yan for me. I do my workouts, I have breakfast, I don't check on my social media. I do journaling and meditation. I only, what do you call this? I only hold my phone 10 a.m. na. Wala akong ibang chine-check. Kasi for me, kasi 'di ba dati, ewan ko kung gano'n din kayo, pero ako dati, katabi ko yung phone ko habang natutulog.
Ah, yes.
Tapos kasi yun yung pampatulog ko or kapag in the morning, yun yung ang unang-una kong titignan, Instagram or social media, sino na bang nag-comment sa'kin, alam mo yun, parang yung ganong high. Pero one switch I did was hindi ko nakatabi yung phone ko
Same.
matulog at that way, hindi ko na rin siya titignan in the morning. So what I do is yung phone ko, nilalagay ko siya sa drawer. Inside the drawer, it's in the not disturb up until 10 a.m. Tapos, yun lang, mabubuksan ko lang siya. Bubuksan ko lang yung phone ko sa drawer by 10 a.m. kasi check ko na kung may mga urgent messages ako, ganyan. So, yeah, I do that 7 a.m. to 10, oh, sorry, yeah, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then I try to wind down at night starting 9 p.m. So, yun na yung skincare, yung stretching, mga ganon. And then I try to incorporate reading as well at night. Yun yung pampatulog ko na.
Wow.
Yung reading hanggang sa makatulog ako. So, yun, at least wala nang screen time by 10 p.m. I try kasi hindi pa rin ako perfect with that. Meron nga, nakakatuwa nga yung mga listeners and followers on Instagram din. Kapag kunwari nagre-reply pa ako sa kanila mga 10:15, sabi nila na, oh, Miss Riza, akala ko ba no screen time ka na ng 10 p.m.? Tapos parang ako, oh, oo nga, no, sige, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, they are also holding you
I love them so
accountable
much.
na.
Sobrang nakakatuwa kasi parang, oh nga, sige na, off ko na to. Tama na, ganun.
Love that, love that. Buti po sinabi mo na yung self-care mo in-incorporate mo sa morning. Kasi sa totoo lang din, it's good to fill your cup first, fill your own cup first. Kaya maganda siya sa umaga before you fill other people's cups.
Mm.
Especially as in.
Yeah, but it actually depends on different people then. Kasi my husband is a night owl. Ang self-care naman niya is sa gabi. So, he plays games. Alam mo yun, nagbabasa siya ng kung anong gusto niyang basahin sa gabi. Sobrang magkaiba kami. I am a morning person. He's a night person. So, nagfa-fire talaga yung brain ko in the morning. Siya naman, nagfa-fire at night. Mas gising siya sa gabi. So, again, these routines are not set in stone. It still depends on what kind of person you are. Hindi naman sinasabi na dapat, oh, morning lang, ganyan. Pero, whatever works for you, it, again, routines and mga ganitong systems doesn't need to stress you out.
That's an important reminder na self-care is nice. It should feel nice.
Totoo. Hindi porke, oh, sabi ni Miss Riza or sabi ng favorite YouTuber ko, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. If it works for you, then that's good. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Wala namang right or wrong answers dito.
Yes. Now, Riza, let's head over to another aspect of, well, I think it's a huge aspect of your life, if I'm not mistaken, which is about business. You handle multiple businesses at once. So,
Yeah.
what have you learned throughout your journey as a businesswoman that you wished you knew before?
Naku, ang dami nito. I
Ano?
could go on and on. Pero siguro ang isa sa mga major lessons na natutunan ko is that I need to let go of perfection. Kasi yun nga, as mentioned a while ago, I am a recovering perfectionist. And dati when I was about to launch Whim, yung unang business namin, I was really nitpicking on everything. Yung tipong okay na ba yung design, okay na ba yung color, okay na ba yung font, okay na ba yung Facebook header. Alam mo yan, parang sobrang ino-OC ko talaga. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are doing this, parang OA na. Kaya malalaman nyo naman yun eh, na, oh my gosh, I am procrastinating my launch because, kunwari for example, you're supposed to launch by the end of May. Tapos, sabihin mo na, i-push back ko na lang ng July kasi, or sige, okay, fine. Second week of June, sige, super push. Kasi hindi ako makapili ng font. 'Di ba? So, uh, it will be detrimental for you. And I always say this na just launch even if it's still half baked. Kasi when you launch, kasi yun nga, lagi kong sinasabi, there's no perfect launch.
Perfection.
There's no such thing as a perfect product. There's no such thing as a perfect service. But once you launch it, that's when you know kung magre-resonate ba to sa target market nyo. Ano ba yung mga gusto ng target market ko? Sige, iti-tweak ko to. Iteration is key every single time. Kasi nung nag-start naman kami ng Lana, hindi naman ganito kagad eh. Hindi naman maganda agad yung bote, di ba? So, nagpalit kami ng bottles dahil from the feedback of the clients, ganyan. So, yung You Matter project namin, yung about sustainability, nung nag-launch kami way back June 2017, hindi naman kami, yung narrative namin is not about sustainability. I just want to launch a skincare brand. That's it. Sobrang babaw. Pero when I learned to embrace the comments, when I learned to embrace all the concerns of the clients, that's when I was able to, reiterate and develop the brand. So, kung wala rin talaga yung mga clients ng Lana, hindi magiging ganito to ngayon eh. So, that's why, number one, let go of perfection. Number two, iteration is key. Number three, love your clients. Love to the point na talagang scrutinize nyo lahat ng mga sinasabi nila. Kasi, be happy when people comment on your stuff. But be happy when clients are happy with your stuff. But be happier when your clients are not happy with your stuff because that's where you learn. Ano, for example, kunwari lang for Hiraya, parang may nag-comment lang, for example, hindi naman. Parang, oh, pangit yung tela ng ano. Pero, oh my God, by the way, ang ganda ng tela ng shirts ng
Thank
Hiraya.
you!
Yeah. Pero kunwari lang to na may nag-comment na parang hindi okay yung tela. At least kayo, as owners, maaano nyo na, may isip nyo na, wait lang, ano ba yung pwede nating tela? Or, ibalik nyo yung question sa kanila na, oh, how do we make these things better? Anong okay na tela kaya for you? Ano kaya yung magandang tela na i-launch namin for the next collection? Ganon. Parang instead of you feeling attacked by clients, magpasalamat kayo na nagsasabi yung mga clients ng hindi nila gusto. Kasi it's also their time eh. If you think of it, inoorasan ka nila, whether it's a good or a bad comment. So, yun, ganun.
Ano pong ibig sabihin by inoorasan?
Kunwari, kasi 'di ba, it's still their time. Para sa akin kasi time is money. So
Okay.
ako, kunwari, if I have a bad review, hindi naman ako ganito, pero if I'm not happy with the service, I make time. I carve out time, siguro mga 5 minutes of my life instead of doing something, talagang magbabad comment pa ako sa'yo.
Oh,
So,
okay.
pasalamanan natin yung mga ganon ng mga kliyente natin. Kasi, for us as owners, we value every single comment that we have. Ganon siya. Kasi, yun nga, binibigyan tayo ng oras ng mga kliyente natin, whether they're giving us a good or a bad comment.
I love
Does that make
accepting
sense?
feedback now. Yes, yes, it does.
Oo.
And I really love accepting feedback now because it only means that there is room for improvement. And I think yun din yung sinabi mo po sa TikTok video mo na kapag nag-comment yung customers, do not see it as a personal attack. Kasi hindi ikaw
Totoo.
inaatake nila.
Oo, kasi gano'n ako before. Alam na alam ko 'yan kasi gano'n ako before. Alam mo yung when you
Oh.
launch your first business, baby, oh, I love her, na parang, it's perfect for me, pero hindi pala perfect sa iba. Hindi, parang dati nasasaktan ako, parang na-hurt ako na pinaghirapan ko 'yan, tapos hindi mo ma-appreciate, gano'n. Pero I just realized na, hey, it's not me. They are just telling me this because they want me to improve. It's not an attack. It's not a personal attack to me. But I will use this to improve myself and the company and my service. So, yun. Nung naging ganun yung mindset ko, parang, okay, pag naka-receive kami ng bad comment, okay, sige, how do we do this? How do we make it better? How can we move forward? Um, how can we smoothen our systems in terms of this? So, yun, para hindi na to mangyari ulit. Ganun.
Having a good connection with your customers is very important because as what you mentioned, hindi lang sila yung may nakukuha from you. You are also getting feedback from them and may naitutulong din sila sa'yo aside from the fact that they ordered from you. Kasi napo-point out nila yung mga bagay na hindi mo nakikita. If that makes sense. And that only
Mm.
means,
Tsaka it
yes,
means they care.
yeah, oh, yes, yes, I agree. I agree with that. Riza, if it's okay to ask, have you always known that you will become a businesswoman?
Hindi
No.
talaga. Akala ko talaga career woman ako.
No.
Um, Yeah. Ako, I was a hotelier for 5 years. So I have been working in the hotel industry for 5 years. And then my dream actually is to be one of the female general managers of a huge
Oh,
hotel chain in the
okay.
company. So yun talaga, that's the goal, that's the dream.
Yes.
Tapos, well, I've always been entrepreneurial on the side. Lagi akong may racket. Alam mo yun, I get hosting gigs. I do wedding gigs. Alam mo yun, um, nagbebenta ako ng kung ano-ano. Pero I never thought na ito talaga yung magiging end goal ko until I met my then boyfriend, now my husband, na parang I keep on telling him, siya kasi yung entrepreneurial sa aming dalawa, siya talaga yung mas marakit, siya yung may negosyo, ganyan. Tapos, kapag nag-uusap kami about business, about concepts, lagi niyang sinasabi niya, you know what? But, hindi ka na lang mag-resign at karirin mo na tong entrepreneurship. Tapos parang doon nag-spark yung isip ko na, wait lang, baka naman kaya ko naman to. Ganun. So, to cut the story short, I quit my 9 to 5 and pursued entrepreneurship. By the way, as a side note, I also want to share na
Go ahead.
if currently ang pangarap mo is a 9 to 5, if ang pangarap mo is a career sa isang malaking company, that's not bad too.
Yes.
Parang it's not, itong entrepreneurship kasi nakikita ko we are currently living in a society na, oh, quit your 9 to 5 job. Oh, alam mo yun, parang kung hindi naman yun yung pangarap mo sa buhay, bakit kailangan mong mag-conform sa standards ng ibang tao?
True.
Again, you have to define your own success. If you want entrepreneurship, then go for entrepreneurship. If you go for a career path, go for a career path. And in the corporate world, that's fine too. Di ba?
Yeah.
Alam mo yun. Wala
Yes,
yun.
true.
Yun lang.
Yes,
Naisip ko lang bigla.
I agree with you as well na parang
Topic.
super glorified din kasi ngayon yung entrepreneurship, no? But,
Mm-mm.
since I'm sorry. Since you
Go
mentioned
lang, go lang.
earlier na you experienced being on both sides of the coin. You experienced be working at a 9 to 5 job, and you are currently experiencing being a CEO of multiple businesses. So I just want to ask Riza, what did you do differently that made you the CEO and not an employee?
Ako siguro, I think, yung pinakaginawa ko is relentlessness. I was really relentless with every single goal that I have. I always take things as a challenge. Sabi nga ng husband ko, we recorded the podcast with him, with Camp Confidence yesterday, and he said na we love struggling. Not to the point na sobrang nahihirapan tayo, but we thrive in working. We thrive in creating things. We thrive in working non-stop to the point na hindi naman burnout, pero we like the struggle. We are happy with the struggle. So, ganun kasi talaga kaming tao. Pero at the same time, we grind, we struggle with a purpose. Yun siguro yung iba sa ibang, kumbaga yun siguro yung iba sa journey namin kasi we move forward because we are anchored with our why. Yun talaga. Para, para saan ka ba bumabangon? Ganon. So,
Yes.
we always ground ourselves with our values, with our why do we actually do this anyway? So, ayun, that's number one, relentlessness. Kasi hindi talaga tumitigil. Hindi kami tumitigil hanggat hindi namin nakaabot yung own definition of success namin. And siguro, patience din. And enjoying the journey. Very important to enjoy your journey. Kasi being successful or achieving goals is only half the battle. The
Oh,
other half is enjoying the journey. You
yeah.
have to be able to be happy with what you currently have right now. For example, if we have listeners right now na nasa school pa, ganyan, be happy. Wag mo sabihin na, oh, I'm so excited to be in college, or oh, I'm so excited to be an adult, because when you get to be an adult, oh my gosh, how you wish you're back to being a student or a
Mm.
kid, ganon. So, no matter where your journey is, enjoy nyo lang. Enjoy the present. Hindi have relationships. Cultivate the right relationships. Hindi yung, parang love life, pero, um, friendships, your family, with your pets even, alam mo yun, with your colleagues, ganyan. So, yan, try to be present. I'm not always present, but I try to be. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And I just want to share this quote na to talaga, binago niya yung buhay ko, like yung perspective ko in terms of success. When you fall in love with the process rather than the product, you are giving yourself permission to be happy even if you haven't achieved the end product yet. And a system, as long as it's running, can be successful in a lot of different ways, not just the one you first envision. Kasi ako, dati,
Exactly.
super, ano rin ako, super end goal type of woman din ako, na parang, I need to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, or parang yun yung end goal
Yeah.
palagi. I need to graduate as, a top one, yung mga ganon. But,
Oo.
I realized that it's actually really in the process.
True. Tsaka you don't need to haggle with happiness. Na kunwari sasabihin mo sa sarili mo na, oh, I'll be happy if I have 100,000 followers. Or, oh, I'll be happy if I get to be a millionaire. Oh, I get to be happy if I'm the top in my class. Kasi sometimes these are the things that you cannot control. What you can control, though, is you choosing to be happy with what you have right now. Although, for example, I only have 4,000 subscribers, but I am happy because my subscribers are amazing. They are just light in the world. So be grateful. Be grateful with what you currently have and what you don't have yet.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. Because
Mhm.
we also believe in you.
Mindsets ko din about this is, for example, dati gusto ko, oh, I also wanna be at least 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, ganun. But I realized na these are things that I cannot control. Hindi ko naman masabi na, oh, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Ang makokontrol ko is the quality of my content. Ang makokontrol ko is how many videos can I put out in a month. Yun ang makokontrol ko. So I think that's where for my goals, hindi na yung dun sa vanity metrics na by number. Kasi hindi ko na makokontrol yun eh. Isa-stressin ko lang yung sarili ko kapag hindi ko siya na-achieve. Na in the first place, hindi ko naman talaga siya makokontrol.
Mhm.
So, ang makokontrol ko is the number of videos, the quality of my content, the consistency of my Instagram schedule. Alam mo yun, parang doon ko na tinitignan, doon ko na minimeasure yung sarili ko. Hindi na sa vanity metrics, hindi na sa, ilan ba yung nag-view ng stories ko? Or, ilan ba yung nag-like ng photos ko? Kasi for me, it's an irrelevant stress for me.
Hmm.
Kasi hindi ko naman siya nakokontrol in the first place, so why do I need to stress myself out with that?
Yes. And often, the best things in life are not measurable. I mean, like, niloko lang tayo ng society na ang kasiyahan ay dapat binibase sa mga bagay na nami-measure, like grades, the number of subscribers or followers that you have.
Exactly.
And okay, naalala ko na rin,
Totoo yan.
Riza, yung gusto ko sabihin. It's
Okay,
actually,
go.
it's about breakthrough. Kasi 'di ba kanina sinasabi natin na yes, we believe in you and that it's very important for you to enjoy the process because kapag iniisip mo, kapag kino-compare mo lang yung process mo sa ibang tao or kaya kapag nararamdaman mo na parang walang napupuntahan yung effort ko. Siguro may mga ganun eh. May mga ganun din na moments tayo. I think lahat naman tayo na experience na lagay ako ng lagay ng effort pero bakit walang nangyayari? But I read that
Mm-hmm.
hindi hindi sa wala silang nangyayari, hindi sa wala pang nangyayari. It's just that hindi ka pa nagbe-breakthrough. Like, kailangan mo pa ng maraming
Yeah.
effort. I think it's in the book Atomic Habits. I think you also read that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, you just wait for your breakthrough. Kasi walang efforts, no efforts are wasted. They are just being stored until time niya
Yes,
na
correct.
mag-breakthrough. Do you also agree with that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I think for me, habits is a muscle. So, like when you are working out, right? Hindi mo naman, kunwari, dalawang sit-ups lang, ano ka na, magkaka-butt ka na. So, it's, habits is an exercise that builds your muscle in life. Ganon. It's about showing up. It's about doing things consistently, kahit imperfect siya. Kasi, yun nga, you are building muscles. Kasi, di ba, kapag paulit-ulit mo ginagawa, magbe-build ka ng muscles sa arms, or sa back, or mag-abs ka, ganyan. Hindi naman porke dalawang sit-ups lang, magically, may abs ka na, ganyan. There's no such thing as an overnight success for
I
me. Kasi,
agree.
these are the things na tip of the iceberg lang talaga.
Hmm.
Kasi hindi natin nakikita yung struggles nila before these people get to be successful as they are right now. Hindi natin nakita yung ruminations nila every night. Hindi natin nakita yung anxiety, yung depression na pinagdaanan nila bago sila naging successful. So, yeah, don't believe everything on social media, friends.
Yes, and yung nakikita ng mga tao na quote-unquote, overnight success, for me, yun na yung pananaw ko na yun na yung breakthrough niya. Breakthrough niya na yun after
Exactly.
all that
Mm-mm.
he or she has gone through. Riza,
Yeah.
I am super grateful for your time here at Kwentuang Pilipina, and we're now down to the last question. This is a personal question.
Uh-huh.
I feel so
Mm.
grateful that I get to converse with you and get all these
No problem.
business advice. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, we're now down to
Anytime.
our last question. Uh, what would you do differently when you were my age? Because right now I'm only 17, and I think
Oh
for
my
our
gosh, you're so young.
yes, I'm only
Grabe.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're just almost half my age.
Oh, so
I'm
yeah, I'm
30,
still
turning 31.
Hmm. And you're glowing. Oh, wow. Yes.
Thanks. It's just the sunshine and Lana PH. Charot.
Yes. Support Lana PH. So yeah, that's just it. That's the question. I just want to ask, what would you do differently when you were my age? And I think this would also apply to other small business owners who may also be students and would like to and are aspiring to become entrepreneurs in the future.
What would I do things differently is that I would cut myself some slack. When I was 17, I was in college and I was running for honors. And sabi ko nga, sobrang perfectionist ako na sabi ko, no, I am doing this for myself. I need to be proud of myself. If I graduate top of my class, I will be proud of myself. If I am top of my class, my family will be proud of myself. If I'm top of my class, I would be, I would land a great job. I will be happy. I will be, alam mo yun, this is success for me. Ganon yung thinking ko before. But then I realized na life is beyond my grades. Life is beyond who's proud of who. Life is beyond how happy I am. Alam mo yun. But life is all about cultivating the right relationships. Are you happy with what you currently have right now? Yes, mataas grades ko, pero okay ba yung relationship ko with my siblings? Yes, mataas grades ko, pero okay ba yung relationship ko sa sarili ko? How am I talking to myself? Am I mean to myself? Kasi ako sobrang mean ko sa sarili ko before. I think siguro ang magiging advice ko sa 17-year-old self ko is that, Riz, cut yourself some slack. Life is not just your grades. Life is who you help. Life is why you make things happen. Life is, you know, um, are you proud of yourself at the end of the day or sa deathbed mo? Na, yun nga, just enjoy alam mo yun, just enjoy being in school, just enjoy being, alam mo yun, being a great sister, alam mo yun. So, yeah, kasi yun nga, sobrang uptight ko talaga sa sarili ko before. Sabihin ko sa sarili ko na, relax girl, kaya mo yan. Marami pang mas mahirap na problems in life and hindi mo dapat parusahan yung sarili mo with your grades. So,
Yes. And you will be
cut yourself some slack and cut yourself some slack, but as long as you're anchored with your values and your why, you'll be okay.
Yes, thank you. That speaks to me so much.
There are two things that stayed with me in my kwentuhan with Rizza. First is how important it is to also declutter emotionally. Oh my god, I couldn't agree more with her. I think that is very underrated. Hindi natin siya pinag-uusapan masyado. But it's true. It's very important to also declutter our emotions. So I think it's a great reminder for me and for you, our listeners. Another thing that stayed with me is the last thing that she said, and it is to cut myself some slack. Oh my god. As someone who is very hardworking, I can say that about myself ever since. It's also nice. It's also a great reminder to cut myself some slack and to also enjoy life and to also give room for spontaneity. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for Rizza for all her words and wisdom. And Rizza, if you are listening right now, I hope you know how wise, radiant, and how inspiring you are as a woman. So, to show Rizza your appreciation and to show Kwentuhang Pilipina what stayed with you, please tag us in your Instagram stories at Kwentuhang Pilipina, at Your Sunshine Cleo, and at Rizza Lana about what stayed with you habang nakikinig kayo sa podcast episode na ito. That will be very much appreciated because in that way, we will also be growing because syempre may kita ng inyong mga friends na pinapakinggan nyo ang podcast natin, ganyan. So, sobrang malaking tulong yon. Thank you guys so much once again for listening, and I will see you next Monday for another episode. Have a safe and marvelous week. Love you all!